Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. You have reached Kathleen Shattuck and you're watching Soul Level Healing and Guidance. Thank you. Thank you so much for returning to all of my subscribers. And if you are new, hello, I'm Kathleen and I am a Reiki Master Teacher. I'm a psychic medium and shaman. And I'm here today to do a reading for you guys on the full moon in Aries that's happening on the 29th of September of this year, 2023. And for other parts of the world, it'll be happening on the 28th of September. So, the last full moon that we had that was in Aries was back in March of this year. Putting on my readers now. We also had a full moon and a lunar eclipse at that time. And any intentions that you may have set at that time are going to begin to start showing up in your reality with this energy. Before any of those manifestations can happen, though, we need to make some space for the new things to arrive. We must be willing to let go of the people, the places, situations, relationships, or habits that are holding us back from being our most authentic and healed selves. Perhaps for you could be a toxic or codependent relationship that you have held on for way too long. Or maybe it's a job you feel is so slowly killing your soul. Or it could even be an unhealthy addiction to a substance or to a person that you need to admit, at least to yourself, that you are out of control with. Whatever this is, it's going to be different for each one of us. Now, to see where this full moon in Aries is going to impact your life, you need to look to any placements that you have in Aries in your birth chart or your natal chart, okay, in your horoscope. I'll put a link to a free birth chart in the description box of this video so you guys can do your own free birth chart. And if you don't know your birth time, that's okay. Just click time unknown. You won't be able to know what your rising sign is, but everything else will, should give you a general idea of where Aries sits for you personally. Now, we also have another aspect of this full moon to consider. And this is a hard angle that is happening between Uranus, the planet of sudden, unexpected changes, trining with Chiron, the wounded warrior. This could be a big push for us in resolving any conflicts we have with any of the above mentioned situations. As this moon is on an Aries and Libra axis, I feel any efforts made now for resolving these difficult situations in our lives will come easier. We will see a bit of an explosive energy as this full moon begins to come in, and I can already kind of feel it starting. And this is about a week. I think I'm filming this the week before. Remember, the moon rules our emotions, and Aries, the sun sign Aries, they are not known for their patience. Tempers can and will flare, and this is exactly what needs to happen in order to facilitate any real and lasting changes for the better. Pop the abscess and let the poison drain from your life. And that's from a combination of me and them, okay? And there's one last part that they just gave me this morning I'm going to include before we start the tarot. This Aries moon has a bold energy, and it asks us to get mad about something. And enough is enough moment where we can take action and get moving on the changes that we need to make in our lives. Aries is a very bold, get up and go, warrior type of energy. We must begin now to walk our talk. or we might face consequences. Any poor decisions we make or problems that we refuse to see will be highlighted this full moon. The full moon is going to illuminate anything that is not true. Again, recall what was happening in your life around March of this year. Those situations may come up one last time for clearing due to a stuck energy within us as a collective, stemming from a toxic karmic pattern we are now breaking free from. Now, on a more global level, we're likely going to see tensions and anger rise to a breaking point, especially considering the heated political atmosphere, recent events in Maui, and situations that are happening at both borders of the United States, suggesting that we are also in some kind of invisible war. They also said propaganda campaigns are running high right now, so stay informed and stay aware. Aries is the Fool card in the tarot and the number 0. This is definitely a time of a great reset on all levels. Civil unrest and rioting are even possible. This is what I'm seeing. While I don't advise anyone to watch the daily news, a weekly report from a non-Google or non-mainstream media news source is recommended, just to stay in the loop. While I will put, this is a note for me, I will put a link for you guys of a reliable, non-biased, just straight up factual reporting site that I like to go to. It's called NTD News. They are kind of a publicly funded program. They're kind of like a public news station. They aren't corporate news station like CBS, NBC, ABC. All of these medias are heavily censored and controlled. We have a really bad habit of going to Google for all of our news and our information, and that is probably one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. If you want to look up anything that is like really true, non-biased news reporting, and also see stories that you're not going to see in the other places, even here on YouTube, they're just as bad with the censorship. You need to go to DuckDuckGo. So I'll put links to all of the things that I've talked about in this video in the description box, so you guys can kind of, have some options there. There's a lot of you that, kind of already know this, but maybe you just don't know where to go. You don't know where to get your news. I'm not saying to get involved, like heavily involved in this stuff, but it's really important to know what is going on in the world, especially if you're living in the United States, which I am. There's something coming, guys, and I've known it for a long time. I think I've always known it my entire life. All the astrologists are talking about how we are in this Pluto return for the United States and what this means. It's all hell's going to break loose, okay? And we've got Uranus making this hard angle too, demanding balance with Libra. We are in the Libra season. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of these things play out for us on a personal level and also, on a global collective level. One of the best things that we can do for ourselves right now certainly is to, rein ourselves in, okay? Mind, body, spirit balancing. This is what is needed at this time. Looking at your diet. Whatever I mentioned there in that kind of energy reading was that, there's something in your life that needs to go. and whether you have already accomplished this and kind of gotten back on track and gotten on the right path, whatever that is for you, whether it's a person, it's a substance, it's a job, it's, you know, whatever it is, there is something was something in your life that needed to go, and it was unhealthy for you. So hopefully that is resolved. I feel like there's two parts of you here, okay, two like collectives within this collective. One part of you has like already accomplished getting that toxin out of your life, and the other part of you is still working on it. So with that being said, I will kind of just give my interpretations of the cards as we go along, and we'll see how this reading goes. I'm going to take a sip of water here. And I was guided to use my Scary Tarot deck today, and it matches my outfit, which is probably kind of the reason. I don't know. See, red and black, red and black. Okay, this is the Lost Hollow Tarot. And it's going to get real, okay? It's going to get real. So I'm going to call in all of our angels and our guides and ascended masters now, and any guardians, ancestors that want to join us, our gatekeepers and helper spirits. Please be here now for my collective viewing audience. This is for the full moon in Aries that is happening on the 29th of September 2023. This reading is going to be good for the current energies, and also for some of you going into the next 2 to 3 months. Okay, there's always some little messages in there. So let's go ahead and begin. And what do we have? What do we have? Okay, interesting. So the first card that we got is the Two of Pentacles. Change is coming. Look at that sea behind her, guys. Look at that sea. That is, I feel like that's a sea of emotions. I'm also noticing the infinity sign here on her shoulder. It's like she's right in the middle of a storm, but she looks as cool and calm as can be, because it's like she's balanced inside. So it doesn't matter like what crap is happening around her. She's gonna wear her crown and not let the storms around her affect her. Okay, this is the art of self-mastery. This is the art of balance, okay, true balance. And this is something that we are trying to achieve, and it's not easy. We're in very fallible human forms here. And, keeping that balance is not easy. We all have an ego that screams and demands to be, fed. Okay, the next card we got is the Seven of Pentacles, and in this deck, it is the card of stagnation. So I want you to ask yourself, where have you gone stagnant in your life? What in your life is rotting you from the inside out? Yeah, we're going there. What in your life is rotting you? And I see roots here. There's something about your foundation was never meant to be permanent, and it's like the ground has soured. The roots of the plants are dying because the soil is it's gone bad. So whatever you invested in here did not work out. It did not turn out how you thought it ever would. But because of that, for some of you, for one group of you, because of that, change, okay, you are the kind of the queen, or becoming the queen of your own life. Maybe you don't see that now, but you will eventually. Okay, and what else do we have, please? What else do we have for the collective viewer for this full moon in Aries? Full moon in Aries, full moon. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, we got the Five of Swords. And this is the card of defeat. All right, and I'm getting that the dark is going to be turning up the heat. Okay, the darkness in your life is going to like begin to, I don't want to say try to like take you down, but yeah, I mean, I think it's time to recognize who the dark players are in your life, who you can trust and who you probably shouldn't be confiding and trusting in. There's this card here, I'm also feeling not only defeat but betrayal and also some backstabbing. Okay, the direction of this sword is going, you know, this way. I don't know, I'm feeling some backstabbing energy, and I think we should be aware, we should do an inventory of the people, you know, around us to see who really has our best interests in mind. That's for one of you. Okay, it's time to take an inventory. All right, and we got the Queen of Cups in reverse. Dark female, dark toxic feminine energy I'm picking up here. Very toxic feminine, toxic love. This is someone who also, since it's next to the defeat card, this is someone that won't accept defeat. Okay, very toxic female I'm picking up that is causing problems, interfering, lying, manipulating, being sneaky. Yeah, somebody's up to no good here. So if you have like a karmic, you know, ex of, you know, your current has an ex that is of a more obsessive, narcissistic nature. It's time to be aware. And I could be speaking of the very thing that needs to be cut, okay, from the prior energy reading. Okay, it's that kind of energy. I'm really feeling like there's going to be some eruptions. All right, and the final two cards that came out. Okay, so we got the World in reverse. The World in reverse. So this is a stuck energy, a very like kind of a refusal to see. It's your eyes are closed and not open to all the possibilities that could be. This is a card of narrow-mindedness. So that's a message for someone out there being a little bit narrow-minded. You need to widen your scope on your situation to see the picture more clearly. All right, and then we also got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Ten of Pentacles is normally a wonderful card. It's the card of wealth. So there's something here about one of you. I'm seeing that you are here, that you really are here. You're in abundance, and that you're approaching wealth and abundance, but you're not seeing that way because it's a mindset issue that is at hand in your life. Okay, so you need to start looking at changing the way that you look at things, because when you change the way you look at things, things change. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading. We're already at almost 20 minutes, trying to keep these a little bit shorter. So I wish you a very blessed full moon in Aries. Remember that the Aries is the Fool card. Okay, the Fool is all about new beginnings. It is the 0 card in the tarot. And that is literally a new beginning. We all have a chance to have a new beginning, a clean slate. For those of you who have done your work, who've been putting in the work, you know, walking your talk and really, you know, living your most authentic life, you are going to be blessed with amazing things to come. But for those of you that are not quite on that path, there are going to be some hardships that are coming. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be some tests and some final kind of Earth school tests that you're going to be going through, and you just need to, you know, be like the story of the tree and the blade of grass. which one is stronger in a storm? You would think the tree, right, would be stronger in the storm because it's big and it's tall and it's strong, but really it can't move and it's inflexible and rigid. Okay, so that is why the blade of grass does better in a storm, because it can bend and move with the changes that are happening in their life. So you need to consider this too. Whoever's watching this, consider about being more flexible. Try to find ways that you can be more flexible in your life. Of course, we need to have order, but try to look at areas of rigidity in your daily routine. If we want things to change in our life, the first thing we have to do is begin to take action. We have to start doing something different if we want different things to come in. So perhaps a very simple way would be to, set the alarm for a different time and make a plan that you're going to do something, in the morning before you get your day started. Maybe something just for you. Maybe get up a little earlier and go for a walk. Have a meditation, do something different. And that's when you're going to start implementing these changes that you know you need to make. Okay, some of you have already made them, but many of you have not and are still clinging to the old ways. And you are not going to rise into the fifth dimension while you are still living a third dimensional reality. So we have to start shifting and changing physically too, in our physical actions and things that we do in our daily routine. So I want you guys to really kind of think on that. And also don't forget to look at your horoscope and your zodiac sign, look at your astrology charts, see what is happening in the planets for you. And until next time, I hope you take good care. And if you need me, you know where to find me. I'll leave all of my information in the description box below. Please take good care until I see you again. And I'll be back very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.